good morning. Thanks for joining me inside, bringing you inside today, away from the beach a little bit, but to talk about some of the difficulties that we encounter in our lives today in relating to others and relating to other people. If you've had an issue maybe with someone, or maybe it's your spouse, or maybe it's a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, and you don't seem to be relating the way you should. Maybe it's at work. Maybe you're having problems relating to your boss or your immediate supervisor or a coworker. One of the most difficult things that we encounter in our lives today is relating to others in a way that it's meaningful to both of you. And as a result, if we can never find the ground to be able to relate to others and get their interest and show that you're genuinely concerned about what's important to them, then we have issues and problems that occur. You know, all people are different. And one of the most important things, probably the number one thing that I can tell and share with you, is the fact that you must listen a lot more than you speak. You know, people are, as I said, everyone has a particular interest that they're looking for, their habits, their interest outside of work as well as work. Always, how do they communicate with you? What are some of the signs? What are some of the things that are important to them? I'll just look in the kitchen here, for example, and take a couple of things. Well, was just doing an English muffin, in fact, this morning. If you've noticed about what makes an English muffin different than a regular slice of bread, let me get that. All right, you got a regular slice of bread. If you'll take a look here at the regular slice of bread, you'll see that there's a fundamental difference in this, in that the bread has a smooth surface. So, you know, it can be jelly or butter or whatever can be applied directly onto a smooth surface. This is one way to get the carbs in a day. But an English muffin is a lot different. An English muffin, so I'm going to have to eat both of these, force me into it. You know, it's kind of perforated around the edge. If you've had one of these before, I love them. And instead of cutting them, one time I was preparing this for someone, I've forgotten who at this point, but anyway, I was taking a knife and slicing it across and making that surface somewhat smooth. And they said, "Oh, no, don't do that. Just take it and break it apart like this. And when you break it apart, it's very porous inside." Now, before I start to bore you to death with this, when you're applying stuff like butter or jelly or whatever onto it, then it absorbs it a lot better. It makes it kind of the characteristic of an English muffin. That's what makes these two things different, the bread and the English muffin. It's the same way with people. Everybody's different. So one of the first things that I would advise and share with somebody is just look and watch and listen. Look, watch, and listen at what's important to them, first of all. Give me another example here, just in the kitchen. Paper towels. All right, on this roller. If you've ever looked at this or ever paid any attention to it, paper towels can go onto a roller in two different ways. They can go onto a roller coming off the top, or they can go on coming off the bottom. Now, if you look in my house, every paper towel rack or every toilet tissue or anything that rolls always comes off of the top. Now, a little peculiarity, yeah, but it's important to me because I feel like that's important. And here again, when you start talking with people and understand what's important to them, it'll make a big difference in how you relate to them and how how that relationship that you two will have will improve. For instance, if it's your spouse, the main thing to do is to try to figure out and try to find out what makes them happy, what's important to them, etc. If they're rolling the tissue on the other side or the paper towels, and you're always changing them, one of you needs to change. And usually the one that needs to change is the one that you're looking in the mirror at every day. And if you'll make that kind of your commitment today, to try to figure out those difficult relationships that you might be having, try to figure out how can you change to make that better. Look for the interest in others, and remember, everybody's different. English muffins, bread, I like them both. I think I'm gonna have some butter and jelly. Thanks for joining me here at creativeresults.net. Go on to my YouTube channel and subscribe to me if you will, please. And I would love to share some more thoughts with you in the future. Thanks for joining me.